Hi, this is the video for my BMW 328i Sport manual that's for sale in Hellrot Red. I'll just do a walk around of the car and start running off some of the stuff that's been done to it. Okay, so it's obviously it's a 328 Sport, a genuine Sport. It's on the logbook, but it has got an M3 front bumper and the splitter, as you can see there. Black grills, M3 style mirrors. They're electric and they work. It's lowered on BC coilovers. They're quite new. It's got the original BBS wheels on it. Got a standard exhaust, but with the valve vacuum pipe teed off, so it stays open the whole time. Inside it's fairly standard. I've got the original wheel. That's a Nardi Torino wheel, but I'm not sure it's a genuine one or not. The horn works. There's no warnings on the dash from the airbags and things like that. Carbon gear knob with a short shifter. Rear seats are in really good condition. Passenger seats in really good condition. So is the armrest. Driver's seat isn't as great. It's tired. They're quite cheap in this grey, I think, to replace. I've never really bothered. And the same with the armrest. Probably come up okay with leather treatment. In the boot, so the whole sound system's been upgraded. In fact, I'll go back in the car in a second. So we've got a Edge 10-inch sub with built-in amp, and then a Fusion amp, which is powering the speakers in the rear partial shelf. That's old, well, that doesn't connect to the current system. I don't think you need that anymore. It's got the original toolkit and the warning triangle. Under here, there's I think it's an M3 18-inch alloy. I've never had to use it, so yeah, I think it's an M3 e36 alloy just there. That sounds awful, it's not this car. And then the head unit is this one here, Sony Bluetooth. So you can have, that's not there, you can have calls through it, and then it just plays your music through it as well. All the speakers have been upgraded in the car, so the sound system's really good actually. It sounds excellent. Up in that corner, you see it's got a Sigma alarm and a mobiliser and anti-hand hijacking bits and pieces. I've never sort of had any issues with it. You just unlock the car, and I think as long as you start the car in 15 seconds it's fine. Otherwise you've got to lock and unlock the car again. The roof lining's all been done again. It's all new, and so the A-pillars. I know they often fail, so yeah, the roof lining's all brand new. And so are these bits as well. Under the bonnet. So it's got, it's obviously 2.8/6 M50 manifold. Schrick racing cams, air filter. It's been remapped. It seems to go okay. Idle's a little bit rough. It was an automatic. It's been converted to a manual. It's got lightweight pulleys. I don't know if I'll be able to see them down here. Probably not. Lightweight drive pulleys, single mass flywheel. Oh, a strut brace. So just do more of a closer up of the condition of the car. Front wings are slightly off colour. I've never polished it. I wonder if they come up better with a polish, it being red. Everything fades slightly different. In certain lights you can't see it, as you really can. So yeah, front arch is all good. Alloys are in pretty good shape as well. Michelin's on the front. All the trims in place as well. I think I've written about it as a rust on the 2 rear arches, which you can see there. The spoiler, when I got it, was completely covered in lacquer peel, so I peeled it all off and resprayed it. It could probably do with a really fine wet grit just to get it to a real polished finish, but I'm not a big fan of bodywork, so I was quite pleased that it came out like it did. It's got a bit of water on it, but you can see a little bit of orange peel, so I think a bit of 3000 grit would probably make that nice. Oh, there's the tiny bit of lacquer peel on the rear. Put my hand against it to give you an idea of size. There's the rust on the other arch. I think it's common on 36s. Alloys, actually that tyre's brand new. I had a blowout on it the other day, unfortunately. So it's got a new tyre on this side. And then the front. There's obviously a few stone chips on the front bumper and on the bonnet. All a bit unavoidable. It's got, not that you'll be able to see, I don't think, it's got yellow full beam lights because I think they look cool. I quite like that look. I was going to go for yellow lenses, but didn't bother in the end, just went for the yellow full beams. New number plates. When I got it, it came with the original, it came with a private plate, which I didn't really like. And there's also a smaller show plate. And I'll now try and get underneath it and give you an idea of what it looks like underneath. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see. When I was looking at getting these, everyone said that the jacking points are things that fail. When we head up on the ramp to the MOT, the jacking points are okay apparently. It's low, so this is hard to do. You can see the chassis rail all looks to be in quite good shape. That's not a bad shot down there really. Bit of surface rust around that, but they're solid. I've jacked off them a few times. See at the front. Oh, to really get much of a shot. Right, let's have a look from the back. A bit easier to see from here. So there's the rear. Came with a Scorpion exhaust. I really didn't like it, so I found a really mint stock one, because all the noise on these I think is from the engine and they sound great. Let's try and get down to the other side. And that's that end. That's that little guard. So yeah, I think it's in pretty decent shape under there for an R-Edge. Okay, I'm going to take it for a little drive just so you can get an idea of sound and things like that. I'm sure it won't come through great on a phone, but I'll try it. I'll be putting it in that mount, so no doubt it'll be jiggling around all over the show. Because I've been doing the walk around of the car, if I put the key in now, it would turn, but then when you went to do the last click to actually start it, it wouldn't work, and that's because your immobiliser's now kicked in. So all you do, that happens is you press it once, it locks, press it again, it unlocks, pop the key in. I think you've got 15-ish seconds to do it. I've never really counted. That's that. No errors on the dash. That's the other lights, obviously the parking, handbrake. Cool. I have turned my Bluetooth off, otherwise it'd have connected straight into that. Obviously, yeah, on this you've got the however many button it is, OBD reader thing, which is quite cool. All seems to work. I put in the advert, obviously, that the speedo doesn't always work. If the speedo is not working, then your MPG gives a really funny reading, like 7 or something silly like that. But otherwise it works. And that down there is a rear parking sensors. They look OEM from the outside, but obviously they're not. But if you put it into reverse, it flicks on and then it kicks in at about 1.4 meters if something's behind you. Yeah, quite tidy and tucked away down there, which I like. Anyway, I'll mount the phone up. I'm not sure how good this bit of video will be, but give it a go. Okay, so I've just driven this for a couple of minutes just to get it up to temperature before I go flying off and trying to make it sound good on a cold engine. There's a couple of bits I forgot to mention as I was doing that walk around. It's obviously got red stuff pads and I think I can't remember, drilled discs. It's also got a purple tag steering rack off the e36, so the steering is really sharp, it feels good. and I've got the original steering wheel, but I think with that kind of dished wheel, it feels much more better and quite pointy, like it feels like it can still go around bends well. So if you were going to track it, it's quite a decent little setup already. I've never tried red stuff EBC pads before. They seem alright for like just fast road use, but I wouldn't know what they're like on a track. So there's a straight bit of road in a minute and an ambulance coming. So I'll just put my foot down so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. No idea what that actually sounds like through a phone. Probably nowhere near as good as I think it sounds in the car. I've mentioned to a couple of people who messaged me, the cams, they are fairly heavy. All I was told is they're strict cams. After talking to a few people, they said they must be racing cams even where they kick in, because they kick in quite high and quite aggressively at around 4,500 RPM. But when they do go, they sound great. The car off the cams is obviously fine to drive, but if you're going to drive it fast and have a lot of fun with it, then you need to be sat up high in the revs, which is fine by me because it sounds great. I'll go back down the road. Just going to show you some of the bits and pieces it comes with paperwork wise. So over here, coilover key, stereo key, spare alarm keys, spare BMW keys, valet keys. That's the keys I use with the Sigma alarm and the Beamer key. There's all the normal handbooks in the BMW folder. This is the service handbook. The last oil service being 4,000 or 5,000 miles ago. So it's all stamped up to date at various places. And then this is all the other, there's the logbooks. There's two, because one's, I've just kept the old one which had the private plate on it. And obviously got a new one when I put the standard plates back on. And then here's just loads and loads of bits and pieces that I've collected. I had the tracking done a little while ago to test it. The only thing that came up on the tracking actually is that it's got a little bit more front camber than you'd want. But it's because it's been lowered. So really if you raise the front ever slightly, you could dial out that camber, or you could get adjustable top mounts on it. In amongst here somewhere is the receipt for the manual conversion, but I'm not sure I'm going to find it next quickly. Loads of receipts. Let's see that somewhere. Great, that's pretty much covered everything I think. I've just put the 4 beams on so you can see them. It's got HIDs, it's normal lights, they're kind of projectors, so they're actually fairly decent to drive around in. Any questions, just drop me a message through Facebook. And yeah, thanks so much.